What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Doctor Doom Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel 2-pack. So let's check it out.
Now tuning into the encountered culture.
I'm being erased, I'm being replaced. Counter-culture, it's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be a drinking with my friends. When we go out, you never see us again.
As promised, today we are going to be looking at the Captain Marvel Doctor Doom 2-pack. So let's see what's going on. Alright, taking a look at the box, we do get the front here. You have Marvel Legends series. Nice images of both figures here with that comic book art in the background. Avengers, Beyond Earth's Mightiest with your important information, as well as my limited edition smashed box. Flip it to this side, you do get that comic book art on the side. Everything really pops here. I like the choice that they made with, including these images of the characters, like that pink, and it just really has a nice contrast against the green, and then the yellow sort of power effect around Monica looks pretty brilliant. So enjoying that. Flip it to the back, here's what you get. So you do get Captain Marvel, she gets an extra set of hands. You get Doctor Doom, he's got an extra head, he's got his faceplate, he's got some extra hands as well. Flip it to this side and there are some additional renderings of your figures. Let's see what's in the box. Fresh out the box here we have both figures standing back to back. First impressions, so I like the Doctor Doom much more than I thought I would in hand, and I have a huge disappointment with the Captain Marvel, which is the opposite of what I wanted, because she was actually the only figure I was looking forward to in this set, because I have no plan on displaying this version of Doctor Doom. So let's take a look at the figures a little bit closer. I'll show you what went wrong with Captain Marvel, and we'll go from there. So of course with Captain Marvel we do get the extra set of hands, so you have 2 open hands and 2 fists. Alright, let's take a closer look at Monica here. Alright, so when I pulled her out of the box, I want to first say the joints all felt very tight, so nothing was gummy, so I was excited about that. Then I took a closer look. That emblem is so far off. It really takes away from what I was looking forward to having this figure. So I know I like it. It goes back to the whole windowless packaging thing. Like, this is one of those issues that you could have looked at the figures before you chose which one that you went to buy. I had ordered this through an app for pickup at a certain store, so I had no say in the actual box that I got, but not that that would have even mattered because you can't see the contents inside. So clearly this is very far off, so not loving that, so I'll have to figure that out after the fact, but just wanted to point that out, so that may be something to look for with this figure as they're coming out. Other than that though, like I said, she wasn't gummy at all, so I was happy about that. She does have the boots with the heels, so it does make it a little bit more difficult for her to stand, but you can eventually get her into a good position. So the cuffs of the boots, obviously they'll hinder your articulation as far as getting the calf all the way back, but you do get nice motion there. The leg will go out about that far. It'll come back about that far and kick forward about that far. As far as the upper torso, I mean, you do get a lot of motion there. Eventually you'll get a gap, but only if you go so far back, right? The head, you'll get full range of motion there. She'll look down about that far and then doesn't look up at all. The arms, you can get them up just about all the way. You can extend it all the way out, bring it all the way in. So these don't get in the way as much as you might think. They also are molded in, so they are not removable whatsoever. As far as the wrists, so you do get the swivel back and forth on the hinge for both. And then nothing on the lower torso. You also have 2 holes in the back there. that's what you got as far as the articulation goes. Beautiful figure, aside from the major problem. Probably what I'll do is just take this back and see if I can get another one and hope that that doesn't have the same QC issue, because like I said, this was a figure that I was actually looking forward to in this 2-pack, because I had no thoughts of displaying like a Secret Wars Doctor Doom in my display. I like the Doctor Doom that's already there, so that one will be for sale on Whatnot. This, stay tuned, hopefully get a better version of this Captain Marvel. Alright, moving on to Doctor Doom. So as I said at the beginning, this figure actually looks much better in hand than I had anticipated. I think looking at the renderings, it just looked like it was all going to be very cheap looking plastic. I know a lot of people will probably complain about the marbling in the plastic, but I honestly think it gives it kind of a cool look in the green, so I don't have any problems with that. And then there is some wash in the black areas of the green, which give it some nice depth. So of course you do get the extra head, you get the extra set of hands, so you have 2 fists, 2 open hands, and then you do get the removable mask piece as well. Looking a little closer so you can kind of see what I was talking about as far as getting a little bit of wash in there, so you do get some depth to it. The face sculpt on this looks awesome. Like I thought it was going to look okay from the rendering on the box, but again, in hand, like this figure is definitely surpassing what I had thought it would be. Of course, you are on a older buck, so as far as not an older buck, but you have some older pieces in here, some older tooling, so you are on a pinned body. Again, that's really user preference, so if that bothers you, then that's okay. But again, for me, kind of no harm, no foul, especially when it all matches. So you do have this piece here. It is a movable piece. So when mine came out, it was like all sort of janky, but there it's set now. As far as articulation goes, so arms go up about that high, come down all the way around. A little bit, not super gummy, but a little gummy in the elbows. Lower waist swivel down there, and then ab crunch in there. A little bit of a gap if you go super far back. As far as the head, he'll look down about that far and up again. So neither of these figures like to look up, so that's what you can take away from this. As far as the legs go, so you do get the upper thigh up there. Leg will come up to about there. It will go back about that far and then come out just like that. You do get some bend at the knee, of course, and you can take it up to just about there. Down at the ankle, you get that. Goes everywhere, every which way that you need it to go. And then down at the calf as well. Up in the hands, so you do get the hinge at the wrist. Nothing moves there, but you do get the upper arm, upper bicep swivel there. And same hinge on that side. Head will go all the way around though, but of course you're not looking up. So that's what you got. For your Doom size comparison, I do have him backed up against the Super Scroll Wave Doctor Doom. As I said in my earlier part of the video, I had no plan on replacing this Doctor Doom because this is one of the best Marvel Legends in the modern era, so there's no need to replace it. And I get it, this is a different comic era. This is Secret Wars type Doom. I just don't have that display space, so I don't need to figure that out, at least at the moment. I say that now, who knows, right? But there you go. So he is about the same height as the previous Doom, which would mean he should be about the same height as the retro carded Doctor Doom as well. For your Captain Marvel Monica Rambeau, here she is stacked up against the Photon from the A-Force pack. This is a fantastic figure. Certainly happy that I have that in my collection. Again, I was looking forward to adding this version in the collection as well on a different shelf. QC issue aside, still a nice figure. As you can see, they stack up about height, almost the same in height. So they are very close. So she would be about the height of an average female figure from the Marvel Legends line. There you have it. There is your size comparison for Monica. Alright folks, so there you have it. There is your Doctor Doom Captain Marvel 2-pack. Overall, fairly average pack. Again, the one figure that I was mainly looking forward to did have a pretty large QC issue, at least as far as I'm concerned. Maybe people won't care as much for that. They'll look at this and be like, dude, it's not that bad. But honestly, it's like so far off center that it just doesn't look right. So that's been my biggest complaint about this. I do like the pack. I do like both figures. It's just a matter of getting a better version of Captain Marvel, and then I should be all good in the world. But Doctor Doom, like I said, surpassed what I had anticipated the figure to actually be. So that's nice, and there she goes. So she's had it for the evening. But guys, again, as always, if you are over on Instagram or you are over on Whatnot, and you want to head over there and check it out as well, I'd certainly appreciate that. But for those of you that have stopped by, certainly appreciate you dropping in, because I've said it before, you don't have to be here, but you are, so I really do appreciate that. Feel free to drop a comment down below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And until next time, take it easy.
Counterculture in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be drinking with my friends. When we go out, you never see us again.